chop it up. We got to chop it up. You know what I'm talking about? We got to chop it up. We got to 1:15. I got like 45 minutes. We got like 45 minutes, gang. Hold on. So, hold on, man. All right. What up, gang? Salute, salute, salute. What up, what up? I'm trying to get my damn ready. All right, there we go. Oh, shit. How many people we got here? All right, salute, man. What's up, gang? Salute to everybody coming in the building, man. Look, I got to get right to it, man. It's your boy, Big Ratchet Gang. Y'all know this RatchetTV. We finna do this shit, man. Hold on. Salute, y'all. Everybody go share the live. Who that? Nothing nice. Thank you for the 50-piece McNugget. That's how you start off with a whole 50-piece. Know what I'm talking about? Salute. Hey, so look, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Today has probably been the most explosive day in court. Agnafilo, he did this thing today too on the cross. We finna get right to it, man. I ain't gonna even hold y'all up. Can everybody double tap the screen and get the likes up? So, let's see. I got a lot of notes already, so I gotta get right to it. Let's get, okay, day 11. So, they started off the day with a big argument in court. They started today with a big old argument in court. They basically said there was a motion to strike Kid Cudi's testimony. That was denied, by the way. They denied the motion to strike Kid Cudi's testimony, as well as the government stated that the case, they were stating their case. The government started stating their case. The defense asked them to rephrase their questions as far as the Kid Cudi shit was going. They were like, you need to rephrase this, bro. Like, what is we doing? You gotta rephrase some of these questions that y'all asked him. So they said there was also they were talking about Cassie and some of the things that she was gonna say there's gonna be a witness named, he's already on the stand right now. They just went to lunch with him on the stand. His name is Deontay Nash. He's the ex-stylist for Sean Combs and Cassie. But they were like, you're gonna be asking him questions, basically like saying she didn't want to have sex with Diddy. Salute TT for the 5-piece, thank you. You're gonna be saying this woman didn't want to have sex with Diddy on her 29th birthday, and you also stated that she told Mr. Nash things that the defense wants to revisit. They said, we want to revisit all these statements that she made. Cassie made these statements on a phone call, and it was like, we want her back on the stand. It was like, no, we're not bringing Cassie back. There's no way Cassie's coming back. The judge was like, no, Cassie ain't coming back. Ain't no way in hell we bringing her back. It was like, she can't come back. She can't be called back to the stand. They're talking about what is her state of mind in some of these, like what was the context? What was her state of mind in some of these statements that she was making? You're trying to say that Diddy had a motive and Diddy was forcing her and coercing her to perform these acts on her birthday. It's like, well, they want to know what her state of mind was during the time of these statements she made to Mr. Nash. The judge says the defense had every opportunity to cross-examine her and raise these questions, but you didn't. So therefore, she ain't coming back. They said, Cassie also said in Nash's statements, he hasn't made these statements yet, but it's gonna come up. So I'm breaking this for y'all. This news is gonna come up eventually. It ain't came out yet, but they're gonna Nash is gonna get up on the stand. And let me get back to with my notes. Nash is gonna say, Cassie is gonna say to Nash, she was trying to keep Diddy from embarrassing himself, but she can't do it. Her and Diddy took the same amount of drugs, and they took the same amount of everything, but Diddy had a bad trip, and that's when some of these things is gonna come up whenever Diddy was gonna be bad on drugs, having a horrible trip. So Diddy at some point is gonna be having a bad trip on drugs. Y'all gonna hear about that more later. It's cold as fuck out here, by the way. Don't feel nothing like it did yesterday. So anyway, she's gonna say that they took a bad trip. No, Diddy took a bad trip. She was trying to stop him from embarrassing himself, but she could no longer do it. And then they also said the testimony moving forward, they gotta start, the judge is like, y'all have to start asking questions. Look, government, y'all been treading the line on some of the things y'all been doing. and y'all need to stop it. Tread lightly. That's what the judge basically told the government. And they said, so tread lightly when Mr. Nash gets up there. So the judge also said the government needs to watch their line of questioning. Some of the things that they said have been improper. They've had a few improper testimonies, and moving forward, they need to watch out. Christopher Ignacio came up there. He's an ex-LAPD officer. He was an officer for 16 years. In 2011, he was dispatched to Hollywood Hills, the location at Kid Cudi's house, where he noticed the Cadillac Escalade was sitting in the parking lot. And then he says he memorized the license plate for the... This shit happened in 2011. You telling me you still remember the goddamn license plate? Did the government refresh your memory? Either way, it don't matter. He says he memorized the license plate. The license plate was 6LKN013. It was a California plate. He says, well, they just let the car was there. The car backs up. The car leaves. But he felt like it had something to do with something because the windows was tinted, so he remembered the license plate. Keep that in mind. So then he says his partner came. Partner jumped the fence, let him in the door. They start walking around. They seen the courtyard. They seen the door. They went and turned the door handle, pulled the door. It was unlocked. And they said they saw vehicles. They saw vehicles. They saw watches and purses. Some were wrapped, some were unwrapped. Then they saw the Cadillac Escalade a second time. He says the second time they saw it, he got in his car and he typed in the license plate number. And then pulled up the license plate number. It was registered to Bad Boy. That was the owner of the vehicle. And then he says, next thing he knows, a Porsche pulls up. And then he says, the Porsche belonged to Kid Cudi. So at this point, they just they didn't even really ask him too many questions as far as the prosecution side, the government. So then comes up Agnafilo. Agnafilo jumped, Who crossed him was, I said Agnafilo. No. Brian Steele crossed him. So Brian Steele crossed him. And before I get to the Brian Steele cross, I'm in the courtroom today. When the court started like this, Puffy walked in the building. Puffy had a dark blue or black blazer on, like a little sweater. He has a white collar popping out of it. He looking old, y'all. He look a little slimmer. He walked in the courtroom. He looked straight at me. I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Love, brother. Brother love threw me the love. I'm like, man, love right back, gang. Next thing you know, Janice Combs is in the courtroom right now. Justin is here. Christian is here. All of his sons is here. Yeah, man, ain't gonna lie, me and my boy Diddy was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? No, me and Diddy like, hey man, he probably gonna sign me the Bad Boy after this. Now I'm fucking with y'all. All right, anyway, so Brian Steele crossed him. All his kids, his daughters are not here, but his sons are here. All of his sons are here. His mom is here. His family is here. He seems to be in real good spirits, by the way. He seems to be real good in real good spirits, but he definitely looks skinnier, and he definitely all gray. So Brian Steele sends the cross on Ignacio. So he says this case never struck his mind until he was notified that he was being testifying in court, and he needed to be refreshed. Like his memory needs to be refreshed. He's like, that's true. So then he goes, he shows him a map and shows him a map and shows from the south left. No, my bad. This wasn't Brian Steele. Brian Steele made a couple of interjections, but this was Agnafilo. But then he shows him a map and shows him that the Cadillac Escalade. He was saying, so you saw the Escalade at the residence. No, excuse me, I'm going all over the place. He shows him a map and shows him the south left side of the map. If he goes this way, it will be a dead end. So basically saying, like, you do realize on this map that where you're saying these things happen, that these are dead ends. He's like, okay, I do see it. Okay, well, yeah, those are dead ends. So anyway, y'all probably like, that has nothing to do with nothing, but it has something to do with something if you start paying attention to what I'm going to get to y'all. So then he says, you saw the Cadillac Escalade at the residence and the car pulled off, but you was also asked if it was a possible home invasion. And you knew that this was a possible home invasion because of the calls that came in. So this could possibly be somebody that was inside that house, right? So you pulled up to the residence and you seen this black SUV sitting there that you're saying is suspicious, but this could be a possible home invasion, but you never pulled the car over. Why did you not pull this car over? He's like, Well, I didn't think it was that suspicious at the time, but you just said it was suspicious. Well, I mean, I just thought the windows were tinted. That made it suspicious. So I figured if I write the license plate down, if there's a crime committed and it's a black Escalade, I already have the drop on it, basically. Don't make no sense to me, but anyway. So, and it's about to rain, y'all. I'm finna get rained on, but I'm doing this for y'all, gang. We got 55 on the screen. We 45 away from a honey bun. Y'all, if y'all wanna give me some lunch, throw me a honey bun. So anyway, he's like, so you knew it could be a possible home invasion, and you didn't even pull the car over who you said looked suspicious. He's like, okay, well, anyway. So the Porsche pulls up, and the cop never observed a car chase. He's like, the Porsche pulled up at this time. Okay, he's like, okay, well, if the Porsche pulls up at this time, and you're saying, no, they're saying earlier that it could possibly be Diddy chased him in a car, so Capricorn Clark's testimony starts to look real. What you doing, Capricorn? Because Capricorn said that Diddy chased him. So if Diddy chased him, how the hell did this car pull up to the scene so fast? Whenever y'all got out there at 8:30 and this car pulls up at this time, and then you already said you seen the black SUV cross the residence twice, so it wasn't chasing nobody. So how did Diddy chase this man? You get where I'm going with this? Am I making sense, gang? Drop the gems if I'm making sense, because y'all know on my lunch break I gotta speed past this, and I'm not eating until court is over. I'm hungry as hell, but I ain't got time. I gotta go live. Fuck eating. I eat when I get out of here. All right. So anyway, let me see. They said you never observed a car chase. There was no info of a gun being involved, so no reports of a gun. All the talk about Diddy had a gun, this and that. So there was never a report about a gun. Never heard of a kidnapping. And there was no property damage to the house. It was never a burglary, but they reported it as a trespass. And then he said, as far as the vehicle, the black SUV, it was a Bolo, which Bolo stands for be on the lookout. And then he says, and that Bolo was never put out about this car. He said the car was suspicious, but he never put out a be on the lookout, a Bolo on that car. And he says, the cop says Kid Cudi was flustered when he got there. And the first call was at 8:20, not 6:30. And the government says no redirect on that. So to me, just by me going off that little quick little bit of that, who you think got that part? Do you think that the LAPD cop who was out to the residents, do you think the defense won that part? Or do you think that the government won that point? Let me know in the chat. Do y'all think the defense won that one, or do you think the government won that one? It's starting to sprinkle, so it's gonna start raining on my head in just a minute. It's gonna rain on my head, man. All right, so it's all good. Fuck it. So the next person that comes up is gonna be Lance Jimenez. That's gonna be the arson investigator that was called out and tried to reach out to Capricorn Clark / firefighter. Let me see. They said the defense won that one. They said it's finna be a mistrial. Oh, I'm gonna get to that. We ain't even getting to the meat and potatoes yet. We ain't even getting to that. They said I got defense. They said the defense won that one. I ain't gonna lie. In my opinion, when you don't want to redirect, you know you fucked up. So they was like, nah, we ain't redirecting that shit. Get him the fuck out that stand. They got him the fuck up out of there. So next comes in Lance Jimenez. He is an arson investigator / firefighter. He responded to the auto fire. It was an auto fire parked in a driveway, which was Kid Cudi's car. In the car, they found a napkin, little cloth towel / napkin. They found a disposable lighter. They found the roof of the Porsche was cut open, and they collected items for evidence. The Molotov cocktail was a 40-ounce bottle of malt liquor. It was a malt liquor bottle inside of the car filled with gasoline. It was a 40-ounce Old English bottle. Who the fuck? Diddy don't drink no goddamn Old English. Come on, man. Diddy didn't do that. Who cheap ass is drinking Old E? You know Diddy ain't drinking no damn 40 ounces of no damn Old E. I don't think Diddy did that shit. But, I mean, I'm going to leave my opinion out this shit. So they found a 40-ounce bottle, and they showed the picture in court. They showed the picture, put it up on the screen. It was a goddamn Old English bottle filled with gasoline and a wick with a glove in the back seat. Like a Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? A little fucking glove in the back seat and shit. So, I don't know, man. Y'all know, I gotta be animated with this shit. So, they found that, So, Let's see. Then they said the napkin and cloth was. They said they found a napkin and slash cloth in there, and they said that they figured out this was a targeted event that had partial DNA on the bottle of a female. The DNA was also. They said the DNA was destroyed, and all the evidence was destroyed. And then it was like, and then they was like, who destroyed the evidence? How did the evidence get destroyed in this case? They started implying, and the way it seemed to everybody, and me and everybody in that courtroom, they was basically trying to say, Diddy paid LAPD to get this damn evidence destroyed. And it started looking like, hold on, what the fuck you just say? Because I ain't gonna lie, I was falling asleep for a second. I was tired than a bitch. I was falling asleep in court. It was boring than a bitch for a second. Then once they said that shit, I was like, whoa. The evidence got destroyed. He's like, who sent it to the lab? He's like, I didn't send it to the lab. He says, did somebody from your team send it to the lab? Did somebody from your team get it destroyed? He's like, man, I didn't have nothing to do with that evidence getting destroyed. All the evidence just disappeared and it got destroyed. And it was like, wait. And the way their line of questioning, it just really sounded like they was fixing to say, Diddy did that shit. And then they was like, oh wait, sidebar right now. We need a sidebar now. They had a sidebar. They started turning the little sound on in the courtroom. It got real. Everybody's looking around like, did you just hear that shit? We like, yeah, we heard that shit. What the fuck is going on? Did they just say Diddy paid LAPD to get rid of this damn evidence? Man. I don't know. So, then they came back from the sidebar. The judge came back and said he would strike the comments made about the testimony. The defense says the government has had misconduct throughout this case. They said the government started off this case by saying Diddy can buy his way out of this. And now that is raising questions for the jurors because you just implied just that by your line of questioning. Like, did he authorize the prints being destroyed? The defense asked for a mistrial immediately. In the courtroom, they said, Diddy, mistrial right now. We want a mistrial immediately. This has to be a mistrial. They keep having misconduct. They keep fucking up on these questions. They keep on doing it over and over, and they keep on implying that Diddy is this person, and you gonna put it in the jurors' minds that he is. Y'all gonna make these jurors think that he is buying his way out of this, and he is not buying his way out of it. We want a mistrial right now. The judge said, mistrial? What? Mistrial, your application is denied. We will not be doing a mistrial, not today, no. He's like, you had every opportunity to come in here and object. They were asking questions. You didn't object to none of this stuff. Now you want to object? Now y'all want to start objecting to this stuff? No, we're not going to object to that stuff. No. You need to object when you hear the question. Don't try to object after they ask 5 questions down the line. If you thought it was improper on the on the fourth one, you thought it was improper on the first one. So you should have already objected to it the first time. Don't wait till now. So we're not doing a mistrial. But what I will do is give me a moment to think about this. The judge is like, let me see. And they were saying that the government jumped up and said, we don't have no prejudice. The judge was like, yeah, we're going to just deny that application. The court requested the jury not consider any of the testimony he made and that the testimony was improper. The judge said he will rule on this in just a few minutes, but he said, okay, look, I'll rule like this. The questions that they were asking were irrelevant to this case, and the answers he gave are not to be considered. So he said, bring them back in. We're just going to not consider the questions. We're done with it. No, we're not going to even consider the questions that he just asked. That he just answered. So they struck some of the testimony as far as the evidence being destroyed and them implying it was Diddy. That got struck out of court, so the jury had to scratch off all their lists. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, when I looked at them jurors today, I'm going to tell y'all right now, this is going to end in a hung jury. I'm telling y'all. Come back on this if y'all think I'm capped. I seen every juror. I looked at them in their eyes. I've been watching body language. It's going to be 2 or 3 of these jurors who ain't going. I'm going to tell y'all right now, this will end in a hung jury. Diddy ain't going to jail for this shit. I don't think so. I could be wrong, and y'all might come back and be like, you was wrong, Ratchet. You got your goofy ass. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm telling y'all, I'm looking at the jurors. It's some black people on that damn jury. It's like I think 5 or 6 African Americans on the jury. Some of these motherfuckers not even taking notes. They don't even care. It's a girl in that motherfucker just kicked back chilling. She like, you can just tell her body language like, Puff ain't do this shit. We got people in the courtroom coming with the free puffs. It's a lot of people. I'm telling y'all, even if they don't say it vocally, a lot of people want Puff to beat this case. Puff might be coming home. It might end up in a mistrial or it might end up in a hung jury. But I don't see the way I'm looking at these jurors, I don't see them saying he's guilty just by me looking at the body language of the people. I'm looking at these motherfuckers in the courtroom. When they walk in, it's some of these motherfuckers you looking like, okay, that motherfucker gonna definitely say guilty. But then some people that you looking at the body language while they saying all this stuff and doing all this stuff, they not thinking, they not even writing notes down. They don't even care about what the fuck is going on. And they looking at Puff. Or showing me these people, some of these people might be, I don't know. I ain't gonna put nothing in the atmosphere. I don't wanna fuck up nothing to do. I'm just gonna be like, just watch what I tell y'all. This might end up in a hung jury. I'm telling y'all, this might end up in a hung jury. All right, so let me get back to my notes. So, let me see where I was at. The court request not to consider any of the testimony. The judge said he was gonna rule that it was irrelevant. So anyway, they get back to the case. Jimenez says he interviewed Kid Cudi. And this is when we get to Jimenez. They said he interviewed Kid Cudi. He said he also reached out to Capricorn and Cassie. No charges were ever filed. They said we got no further questions on him. Cool. Cross-examination. Agnafilo stepped up. You know what? I think Brian still did do the first one. I can't remember. I think Brian still did do the first one. And Agnafilo, yeah. Brian still did do the LAPD detective. So my bad. Brian still did cross the LAPD detective. And Agnafilo jumped up there and got the cross-examination on the firefighter / arson investigator. So Agnafilo gets up there and says, back to the female DNA on the glass bottle. That was sent out for testing, and the reports came back to a female's DNA, and then as soon as you said it was a female's DNA, you guys started pursuing Capricorn, correct? He's like, I'm not gonna say that. So what Agnafilo was basically insinuating was they started really thinking that Capricorn did this shit. Instead of them even looking Diddy direction, anything, they knew that this DNA came back to a female, and they pursued Capricorn and they pursued Cassie. They were trying to reach out to Cassie and they were trying to reach out to Capricorn at this time. So stay with me, y'all. Drop the gems if y'all staying with me. If I'm going too fast, drop the eyeballs. Are y'all with me? Because I ain't reading the chat. I can just see symbols. I ain't reading the chat. So let me know, because I'm over here I'm in my bag right now. So tell me if I need to slow down or if y'all staying with me. You know, I got to be quick with this shit. I ain't got nothing but like 20 minutes left. I got like 20 minutes left of this shit, so I got to hurry up. Okay, y'all good? Okay, we good. All right, so as I get back to it, they said August 2012, he reached out to her, and now he doesn't recall if he did this before or after the report. So it was like, did you reach out to Capricorn after you got this report or before? He's like, I don't recall. So you don't know if you reached out to Capricorn Clark after or before. Well, let me refresh your motherfucking memory real quick. Here, look at this. I'm gonna ask you again. Was it before or after? Or it might have been after. Was it before or after? Okay, it was after. So after you seen this report, you motherfucking, all of a sudden, you reaching out to Capricorn because you know it was this, you know it was her. All right, so we're gonna keep on going. All right, look. So they said, but they showed the proof that it came after, and they said it was important to find out that the DNA came back to. He said, it wasn't important to find out who the DNA came back from. Didn't you want to know who it came back from? He was like, yes. He's like, but it was a partial female, so I didn't know. He's like, okay, so what does partial female mean? He's like, I don't know. He said, so you don't know what partial. So you just telling me, you keep on insinuating that something is wrong with what I'm saying, because I keep saying it came back as a female and you keep saying partial. So I'm asking you, Agnafilo, it's like, I'm asking you, what does partial female mean? He's like, shit, I don't know what's going on, brother. He's like, I don't know what it means, man. I don't know what it. So Anyway, let's see. Let me see. Where was I at? Said partial female. He said he don't know what it means, and he says, man. He said it wasn't discussed. Oh yeah, they said they found a glove in the back seat of the car. He's like, okay, so did you find a second glove? He's like, nah. He's like, but Cuddy told me it was his glove, and it was a driving glove for the Porsche. He's like, but there was no second glove, correct? He was like, nah, there wasn't no second glove. And he's like, okay, so you didn't think that was weird that you found a glove and didn't find no second glove? Did you send the glove in for DNA testing? He's like, no. Why? Because it wasn't part of my investigation, because he said it was his glove. So I didn't send nothing in for investigation. He's like, well, if you would have sent the glove in, don't you think that you would probably found out who DNA was on that glove, and it could have been the person you was looking for? And he was like, no. He told me it was his, so I never was going to send it in. So the glove was never tested for DNA. Jimenez says Cuddy said it was his glove. Agnafilo asked, would the person holding the Molotov cocktail be wearing a glove in most cases? He was like, yes. I'm going to say that again. He said, so would the person wearing the glove be the 9 times out of 10, if this was a Molotov cocktail, and it was, wouldn't the person be holding, because it would be the bottle would be hot? He was like, no, the bottle wouldn't be hot because it would be on the wick. He was like, but if you was close enough holding the bottle, you would feel the heat from the bottle, so you probably would want to be wearing a glove, correct? He was like, I mean, yeah. Okay, so Agnafilo was catching bodies right here. So he replied, yes, Cuddy. They said Cuddy had a second Porsche, and he says, why didn't you put the second Porsche in the report like you did the red Mercedes? I think it was a red Mercedes. Like, I didn't write the car name down. He said, you had a red Mercedes in the report, but you didn't have that second Porsche that he had in the report. Why? He's like, because it's irrelevant to my case. What the fuck does the second, what does the second Porsche have to do with anything? He was like, okay, so it was irrelevant to the case, but you took a picture of the red Mercedes. He's like, because it was in my line of sight, so I took pictures of everything that was in sight. He's like, okay, so where was the second Porsche? He was like, the second Porsche was in the garage. He says, let me show you a picture real quick. So he shows him a picture, and he's like, so why did y'all take pictures? You do have pictures of the second Porsche. I thought you said you didn't. He's like, I didn't take that picture. He's like, well, who took it? I'm assuming my partner. He said, why'd your partner take it? I don't know. So I thought it was irrelevant to the case. I mean, it was to me, but you did take pictures of it. Why didn't you put this in your initial report? You missed a lot of things in your report. Like you didn't mention Capricorn, like you didn't mention this. You didn't mention a lot of things in your initial report about this arson and slash burglary. You missed a lot. Y'all missing a lot of shit here. So, let's see. They showed him a pic of the second Porsche. Yeah, they showed him a picture of the second Porsche, and he said he can't answer who took the pic or why they did or why it wasn't in the report. He said he couldn't remember when he, and then he said he couldn't even remember when he reached out to Cassie. But he does know that he got into an argument with Capricorn's brother, and Capricorn wanted to be left alone, but he kept pursuing Capricorn, and Capricorn didn't want nothing to do with this case, and he got into several arguments with Capricorn's brother, which led me to believe, if you just reaching out to somebody for information, why would you be arguing with their people unless you thought they did something? So it's looking like everybody know Capricorn set this damn car on fire. It's looking like that, y'all. I don't know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I'm just saying, it looks like Capricorn Clark might have set this damn car on fire. Is that possible, y'all? Y'all tell me in the chat. I don't know, man. I'm just up here talking. I don't know what I'm be talking about. But, so anyway, there was no further questions. Again, the prosecutor said, let him go. Who do y'all think won that round? Do y'all think the defense won, or do y'all think the prosecution won that one? Do you think the defense or the prosecution won that one? Let me know in the chat. What up, boy? You all right? Armand in the building, man. Armand in the building, y'all. Salute. Hey, who winning today?
I don't know.
The defense cooking their ass.
No. Well, it's going to be interesting once we get back, because they got the sassy guy on there. So
Deontay. Salute, man. I'm hollering at you. All right, man, it's Armand Weekends. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. We got Tisa right here, too. Look, let me show y'all Tisa. That's my new friend right there, Tisa. See, Tisa, she doing her thing today, too. We're going to go holler at her before we get off here. That's my new friend right there. I love Tisa. That's my new friend right there. I love me some Tisa. Don't say nothing about Tisa. I love me some Tisa. All right, but Deontay Nash comes up there. Deontay Nash is next in line. And Deontay, he's sassy as they come. He was twisting and twirling his way on up to that stand. I'm talking about he was he was he was twisting and twirling his way on that motherfucking stand. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That motherfucker was zesty as a goddamn lemon. But he popped on that damn stand. He said, she pretty. I teased her, she's beautiful. Deontay Nash, he's a celebrity stylist who worked with Sean Combs and Cassie from 2009 to 2018. He says he spent every day with Cassie. He also heard Diddy saying things to Cassie like, "Bitch, you better stop playing with me. Sit your ass in the house. Get your ass in my house. You better do this. You better do that. You a B. You a SLUT. You a HOE. You this. You that. You ain't nothing but a HOE. You ain't never gonna be nothing other than a SLUT. I can't stand you, B." And he used to witness Diddy just go the fuck off on Cassie on repeated amounts of that. Diddy just go off on Cassie. He said all this shit on stand. He says Cassie will cry when these things happen. Cassie will go into a deep depression. He heard him tell Cassie that he would beat her ass and send her X tapes out and get her parents fired from their job if she didn't get down with what he said. And he said, "You want to see some shit pop off? You want to see something pop off?" Yeah, I got to, man. Salute, man. Salute, brother. So, man, I witnessed this dude tell Cassie he was going to extort her X tapes out. He was going to send them to her parents' job. He was going to send the parents the X tapes. He was going to do this. He was like, God damn, Diddy was a monster. He was trying to send the girl stuff out. He said he was going to get her family fired from all their jobs. He was going to stop her career. He wasn't going to put out none of her music. If she didn't do what he said, he was going to just destroy her entire career. So, let's see. They said that he also went to a GAY club with Cassie and some friends, and later he heard Combs. They went to Cassie's apartment. Combs started calling the phone, and he said, "You better bring your ass to my house right now." And then he said Cassie ended up hanging up the phone. Diddy called back, and Deontay got on the phone. He said, "Since that bitch always with you and you want to go out, you think shit sweet, Deontay? Take your ass home too." This is what Deontay said on the thing. They said, "What did he mean by take your ass home?" He said, he wanted me to go back to my house. He said, "Well, did you go?" He said, "Yeah." I'm like, God, well, that nigga Diddy a goddamn fool. Diddy just he making grown men go home. I wish Diddy would tell me to go home. Diddy, shut your ass up. But anyway, Deontay said he took his ass home. He said, "Deontay, you wildin', man. You better take your ass home right now." He said, "What happened next?" Cassie packed up her things and went to his house. And he says, one time we went to a event and Puffy told us he wanted her hair up, but we came in there with her hair. Ooh, he said, "Ooh, I'm telling you, child, her hair was so beautiful. It was laid, honey. It was laid, and it was down, and it was so pretty." And Combs seen me, and he said, "I thought I told that bitch to have her hair up." He said he grabbed me by both sides of my collar and raised me in the air and told me, "I thought I told you don't ever fucking do." Like, God damn, this nigga Diddy is a fucking monster. This nigga Diddy a fool. But yeah, so he says Combs picked him up by his jacket, and Deontay said "I thought I told you to have her hair up." But he says then they took her to the bathroom, redid her hair, and then Diddy said, "Oh, never mind, it did look better down." I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying at this point. Hold on. I know y'all fucking lying. You gotta be lying to me. He said after Diddy then roughed him up like that, the next thing he knows, he went to the damn bathroom, put Cassie hair up like Diddy wanted it, and Diddy said, "Nah, y'all was right, it did look better down. You good, brother." I would have took my ass home and quit my job that day. What the fuck is going on, gang? We got 55 on the screen. You still 45 away from a honey bun. I don't know, man. What y'all think, man? It's been a very interesting day in court, to say the least. It's been a very, very interesting day in court, to say the motherfucking least. Whew. I'm getting hot while it's cold thinking about the shit. Y'all tell me, man, what the fuck is going on in this Diddy case? They pushing for a mistrial, and I ain't gonna lie. The more this case goes on, the more it's becoming a shit show. And I'm starting to think this is going to end one or two ways. Salute to JoJo, oh JoJo for that 50 piece. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about for the 50 piece. Thank you, JoJo. I appreciate you. Man. So let me see how much time we got. I gotta be back in there at 1:15. It's 1:06. We got a little bit of time left. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. I gotta do something real quick. Let me do this. I gotta get her a shout out on this motherfucker.
So anyway, they said.
I'm just gonna bother you for 1 second, Tisa. Just tell my chat hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, she doing a great job. I love Tisa.
Oh, thank you.
I'm telling you, that's my girl. That's my new friend right there. I love you, Tisa.
Well, hold on. Let's get into this. Why don't you give your shout out?
Big Ratchet, man.
Unless he
RatchetTV.
be talking incels and shit about black women, but go on, Ratchet.
RatchetTV, the hood's journalist, man. Y'all go subscribe. Salute to Tisa Tells. She the dopest person covering this Diddy shit, man. Y'all better
thank
tune
you,
in to
Ratchet.
Tisa. Salute. I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. Make sure you salute these black content creators in the street. He's doing the big thing. Unless he's talking trash about me. But he's doing the big thing.
We be watching your content. We love you over here at Ratchet Gang.
That's what's up. Make sure y'all go and support Ratchet TV. You gonna be out here for the whole trial?
I'm gonna be out for most of it.
Okay, listen, most good. What? Really quick before you go, what did you think about Diddy's team requesting that mistrial? And tell them the tenseness that was in the courtroom.
Nah, it was a big argument. They definitely are pushing for it. I think that it was a reach, but I understand because the government playing dirty. And if you in that courtroom listening, they got some dirty tactics. But Tisa, you need to give them your input on when you did that time frame with the loop on how there was 8:30 to 6:30.
Oh yeah,
I really want you to get back to that because you had me thinking like, what the fuck? That was very.
It was a
interesting.
good loop. It was a good loop.
Yes.
All right, Ratchet. Listen, enjoy. See you guys.
Salute to Tisa, man. Salute to Tisa, y'all. We love you, Tisa.
Thanks, Ratchet. Thanks for
All right. Hey, make sure you get to that and break that down because that was break that down. Salute to Tisa. Y'all go tune in to Tisa Tells. That's the homie right there, man. I fuck with Tisa. Yeah, she a beautiful woman. Salute to Tisa, man. Yeah, she over here doing her thing. She covering this shit. She been here the whole damn trial. She ain't been sleeping. And you gotta know, man, I ain't been getting no damn sleep. It ain't no sleep for the, if you wanna get this content, you can't be sleeping, man. You gotta get out here and get it. I'm trying to fold up my damn tripod right now. Hold on. I'm trying to fold up the damn tripod. Hold on, gang. Man. Hey, gotta get this tripod set up. I gotta put my tripod down. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry as a motherfucker, but I eat after court. I'm gonna go get my chopped cheese today, though. Now, basically what she was saying was, how she explained it, it was a loop. It's a 2-hour loop from 6:30 to 8:30 where they couldn't figure out where they was going. Like, they couldn't figure out, because they was basically saying, like, how the hell, if the call came in from the cops at 8:30, how the fuck did it, because you saying Capricorn kept saying this happened at 6:30. So if you think about the burglary, the break-in, there was a loop in the 2 hours, but then remember Diddy sent them over his house, and Diddy could have chased him at 6:30, like Capricorn said. She was like, no, Capricorn testimony not off. If you really think about it, it's a 2-hour loop missing, but if you paying attention, the loop is right there because everybody's missing for 2 hours. Diddy, Cassie, Cuddy, and Capricorn are all missing at this point. And the way it's looking is, it looks like the chase could have happened, everything could have happened, and he could have sent them over there. And then after they left, he just called the police. And then they started reaching out to Capricorn and reaching out to Cassie after he called the police, and they didn't want to cooperate. I was like, damn, I didn't think about it like that. I never thought about it like that. So, I don't know. It's looking like, yeah, it's a lot going on, man. I ain't gonna lie. The way this shit going in court today, everybody thought today was gonna be boring. No. Today is going to be explosive, and it's been a very explosive day. Man. You know, your boy Ratchet, man, we out chill in the streets, man. You know, I can't have to come in the khakis today. I had to come in the goddamn khakis today. I was like, man, hold on, let your boy get dressed, man. I throw my jacket on because it's cold as a bitch in that courtroom. But you know what I'm saying, your boy had to come in the khakis today, in the white forces. Khakis and the white forces. Diddy actually, He didn't look bad. He looked skinnier. Diddy is definitely, he looks slimmer. He's very gray, but he looks like he's in good spirit. I will say that Diddy looks to be in really good spirits. He doesn't look like he don't look like he's in bad shape. He looks like he's in really good spirits, and his family is there. Everybody seems to be in good spirits. So Diddy, he looked older. He looked older and skinnier, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He definitely threw the heart up to me. I threw the heart up right back at him. He just shook his head like that's how when he came in the courtroom you could just feel people love Diddy, bro. I'm gonna be real. Like you could still feel the love people got for Diddy. People in New York love Diddy, and a lot of people out here are not against Diddy. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He has a lot of haters, and there's a lot of people who do not like Diddy, but Diddy got a lot of love out here, man. You can feel the love in the courtroom. People is coming to support Diddy. People are only coming up here. They don't even cover the case. They don't do content about it. They don't give a fuck about the content aspect of it. They only here to support Diddy. So Diddy has a lot of support. Diddy has a lot of support out here. No, these are women. These are women that are, I'm talking about, there are women coming into the courtroom to support Diddy. I ain't talking about men. I'm talking about women coming into the courtroom. They don't got no pen. They don't got no paper. They telling me, like, I'm only here for free puff. They said, what the free puff shirt said. We going to get free puff shirts after this. Women, black women, love Diddy. Listen to me, y'all. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe a lot of shit you seeing on the internet. Don't believe a lot of these content creators. Diddy got a lot of love out here, bro. I'm talking about in New York, Diddy got a lot of love. He got a lot of haters, but he get a lot of motherfucking love in the city of New York, so they see the BS. The courtroom, and this is something else I want to explain to y'all. How can some of y'all be so against Diddy, but y'all don't protest like this for Weinstein? Y'all don't protest like this for Nickelodeon. Y'all don't protest like this even for the Epstein files. Y'all don't protest like this for anything other than what is the same as you. You know what I'm saying? If it's the same as you, you against it. But you'll let Weinstein, you let Nickelodeon, you don't even give a fuck about what happened with Hugh Hefner, Vince McMahon. Y'all don't even dig into none of this shit. Y'all just quick on, oh, Diddy, fuck Diddy. Oh, Diddy's a monster. Diddy gotta go. Diddy gotta go. What about Vince McMahon? Why y'all don't make no content about him? Why you don't talk about none of these other motherfuckers who did a lot of fugazi shit? But hey, I don't know, man. What your boy Rat? I don't know nothing, man. I just be talking. It's a facts, exactly. Tell it. Y'all tripping in the chat. Ratchet knows when to go to the courtroom. Stop it. What they say? What they say? Hold on. What somebody say? We not letting anyone do anything. We not prosecutors. They not bypassing law. Who told me something? Ratchet, where's LeBron? TD Jakes. I'm just listening to the evidence in every case. Jeffrey Dahmer had a lot of support and love. People just be sick. Got to bring my boy some food. Hell yeah, man, I need some food. Ratchet come back later. They going in, I think. Oh, yeah. We finna go back in. But Tisa's still out here, so I ain't really tripping because I know they ain't doing nothing major right now. People starting to go back in, but I got till 1:15. Oh, it's 1:14 now, so I am finna get up off here in a second. I got like 1 more minute left. Y'all let me know in the chat, man. And definitely get into the comment section after this. Hold on. They said double tap the screen. Just text me and tell me what the hell happened. I don't know what the hell going on. Just stay away from that nut and you know who that... And that nigga standing right... I'm not worried about that goofy ass dude, bro. That nigga ain't said nothing to me since I checked that bitch ass nigga. I'm not worried about none of that shit. I'm not worried about no goofy ass content creators out here. I'm out here to work. And that's it. So other than that, we gonna keep that shit a big buck. Tone bite. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting lit. I don't know, y'all. Y'all gotta get into the comment section and tell me what y'all think. After court is over with, I definitely am going to be back. So I'm finna go back in here. I love y'all. I gotta get back to court. I'm hopping up out of here, y'all. So I'm gonna see y'all later. After court, I'll be back to let y'all know what else going on. I love y'all. I'm out.